Hello, welcome back to another video, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Alyse, and on this channel, we talk about healthy lifestyle, mindset, and energetics to optimize your quality of life. And in this video, we're going to be covering the stages of awareness that we go through on our self-growth journey. I am so excited to dive into this today. This video has been heavily inspired by my own personal growth journey, as well as the clients that I've been working closely with for the last year and their growth journey and the different stages that I've noticed we all go through. So the intention of this video is to help put the pieces of the puzzle together for you so that there can be more ease on your growth journey and a little bit less anxiety and self-judgment. So, starting off with the first phase of awareness. This phase is actually where we are completely unaware that we're operating in a certain pattern or that we have a certain behavior that has taken the reins. Basically, we're on autopilot. We're unconsciously operating and we're not aware. We don't even know what we don't know. The next stage of awareness is where we become aware of a certain pattern that maybe was conditioned into us during our upbringing or from society, but it's not something that we consciously chose and we're like, yes, I would like to have this pattern. This will support me well in life. It's kind of the opposite, something that maybe holds us back from experiencing deep connection, from attracting abundance into our life, from experiencing well-being and health, whatever it may be. So this could be a pattern of negative thinking, overthinking, judgment, assumptions. This could be a pattern of withholding, anything that you become aware of and you're like, wait, that is not something that is supporting me. It's actually pulling from my quality of life. So this second stage is the awareness. You are now aware of something that in the past you were just fused with, and now there's a separation. So now you're able to observe this and notice what's actually taking place. The next phase is where we get this drive to overcome this pattern and to start operating in a way that supports us much more. So this is where we're looking for certain methods and practices to integrate, like, oh, what habits can I start doing? What practices can I implement that can release this pattern and help me step into a new way of being? So in this phase of awareness, the third phase of awareness, there tends to be a lot of self-judgment and self-criticism. The reason for this is because in this third phase, there's maybe like 25% of the time that you're operating in the new way, but the majority of the time you're operating in the old pattern, the conditioned pattern, and you're aware of it, but you're still doing it. And so this is typically the phase where like it's just so frustrating. And it's really important to see that this is part of the journey. You're literally not going to get from becoming aware that there's a pattern that's not serving you to jumping all the way to the last phase where you have completely integrated and stabilized the new way of being, okay? It's going to take little stepping stones to help us get there. So the fourth phase of awareness is where it's 50-50. Right? So half of the time you're noticing yourself operating in the old way that's not serving you. The other half of the time you are consciously practicing to show up in a new way and you're doing really well at it, but it's still about 50-50. So this is where we start to get some positive momentum going and we're like, wow, I think I can really overcome this. And sometimes there's still a little bit of self-doubt of like, wait, but I'm still doing it. So the fifth phase of awareness is where the odds are stacked in your favor and you are more so operating in the new way of being 75% of the time and only 25% of the time in the old pattern that is not serving you. And then after that, we have the sixth phase of awareness where you have fully stabilized and integrated the new way of being. So let's go back to the example at the beginning. If this was a negative thought process or a loop in judging others or judging a situation in the world, withdrawing yourself from intimacy, again, literally any pattern that doesn't serve us, flash forward to stage 6 of your awareness and your way of being. You rarely operate in that way anymore. Now you are a level up from that in a new way of being that better supports yourself and your experience in the world, your experience interacting with others, like all the things. And the cool part is after you get through phase 6 and you're like, oh my gosh, I did it. Like you have this moment where you're like, I am so far beyond where I was this amount of time ago. So much different. Like I have grown so much, and you notice that. That's how you know that you are not there anymore. You're in a new place The funny thing, the cool thing is that normally you notice another pattern. You move on to stage 2 and you become aware of something else. And you're like, wait a minute, I didn't consciously choose this. Where did I pick this up from? This is not serving me. And then you go through all of the stages of awareness and integrating again and again and again. And usually for those growth-focused individuals out there, this is happening simultaneously with multiple different areas of your life. And maybe some areas, some patterns, you're moving through much quicker. Maybe those were a little bit less ingrained, or you have more support in your life to move through those steps. And then maybe some patterns and some intentions that you've set for yourself take much longer because there's less support in your life, or it's really deeply ingrained from when you were super young, or there's a lot of factors in your life today that are still influencing you and keeping that pattern present. But yeah, those are the stages of awareness that I notice myself go through, and all of my clients and all of my friends and people in general who are on this path of growth. It's helpful for me to be able to see in a visual. I kind of see it as like phases of the moon. And it's beautiful to see that there's this magic and this necessary learning in every single stage, every single phase. We're not going to get from point A to point B without the journey and the experiences in between. And so having this visual and having the stages to be able to reference, for me, it's allowed me to bring much more compassion to my experience. Like I said, when you're in like stage 3, stage 4, and it's like, I'm literally just watching this happen, but I'm still doing it like, this can bring a more lighthearted approach to it. So I hope that you enjoyed tuning in to these stages of expanding your awareness, and I would love to hear if this resonates with you. So drop a comment down below, let me know your thoughts on this, and let me know a certain pattern that you are currently working on overcoming or releasing, and what stage you're at with that journey for yourself. I would love to read your comments and excited to have conversation about this. So thank you for being here, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.